Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek, but I am Penjan. Welcome to Help Will Come Tomorrow, a sort of survival resource gathering, item crafting, character building, storytelling game. It's lots of different game types about a group of survivors who are abandoned in the Siberian wilderness. And that's not a good place to be abandoned. That's a terrible place to be abandoned. And they've got nothing. They've got no resources of any kind, except maybe snow. They've got snow. They've got lots and lots of snow, but nothing else of any real use. So we've got to go and gather resources, we've got to build a camp, we've got to get food, and we've got to make sure our characters all get on with each other because they've all got different backgrounds, all different ideologies and the way they see the world and all that kind of stuff. And the visuals are very, very lovely indeed. As you can see on the screen there, they're these sort of lovely, very pretty hand-drawn sort of artwork going on. It's very, very nice. And there's a story too as well. So yes, it is ticking a lot of boxes. This is the full version of the game. No early access stuff here. This is the full version of the game, which is due out on Steam on the 21st of April. As always, if you're interested, there is a link to the Steam store page in the video description below if you want to go and check it out and wishlist it and what have you. And we were given a key to the game by the developers so we could play it a little bit early, which is lovely. So thank you very much, developers. That's very, very kind of you. So I think let's pop over to Russia and see if help will come tomorrow. In terms of difficulty, I think we'll just go down the middle. We shall pick the medium difficulty. We'll pick the survivor difficulty. It says it's an optimally balanced experience where the aspects of survival and the story are equally important. And that sounds pretty good to me. Russia. We were all passengers of this speeding train. Divided into classes, quarrelled, confined in our compartments. There was someone's story hidden in each of them. War, escape, adventure, fight for change. Subcutaneously, however, we all felt what the end of this journey could be. Uh-oh, it looks bad. Somebody's got boomsticks. Oh dear, it's all gone a bit wrong for the train journey. At that moment, all divisions disappeared. And our stories merged into one. So here we go. This is our little group of survivors. So from that train wreck, the only people that have escaped are these four folks just here. So we've got ourselves a chap here with a very fine moustache, a lady there who looks a bit cold, a chap here with a very good beard going on as well, and a chap here with a slightly less good beard. But there's a lot of face fuzz going on there, isn't there? So these are the only people that have survived. So what does this chap say? So he says, "We've barely escaped death." Can you hear the shots? They're killing other survivors. So the people that destroyed the train, because it certainly looked intentional, didn't it? There were some people with boomsticks and they blew up the train. So they are killing the other survivors. Oh dear. This is a replay from, oh crikey, Znamiensky Square. The Tsar supporters are opening fire to the proletarians. You are talking nonsense. They're just thugs or deserters. Don't talk so loudly, because they'll hear us. We've run a long way. I think we can take a rest here and the snow will cover our footprints. Okay, and now we're into the game proper, and this is what it all looks like. And it looks very pretty. I do like the snow sort of very slowly sort of falling down. So, right, I mean, where do we start? Because there's an awful lot going on. Let's start with the characters. So, we've got ourselves Sir Edward Grey. We've got ourselves Zofia Butienieva, we've got Alexei Rabinovich, and we've got Vadim Bielov. Okay, so I would say, I mean, three of them certainly sound Russian. I would say Sir Edward Grey is not Russian. So the characters all have their own little profiles and ways of thinking and mentalities and all that kind of stuff. So we can click here. So Sir Edward Grey, he is neutral. He is a neutral person. He's not really bothered about the Russian sort of state of things. He's very much neutral. They uncover traits as we play the game. So they might become like really good cooks, or they might become very strong, or there might be negative traits. They might become like cowardly or something like that. There's health, which is obviously how healthy they are. And they've got morale, which is how well they are feeling about the whole sort of thing. And they've got status effects. So he has got a bit of indigestion. Okay, right? Okay. And he's very hungry. He has big hunger. So he's very, very hungry. And then each character also has relationships with all of the other characters. So there is trust, which is how much they believe they are in the good intentions of the other character. There's friendship, which is how much they want to be together and do stuff and what have you. And there is credit. So credit is how much they appreciate what the other people are doing. So their skills and competencies and all that kind of stuff. So what is your story, Mr. Grey, as well? So they've all got a story. This owner of an impressive and well-groomed moustache, yes, absolutely, looks like a foreigner. Yes, I suppose he is in these lands. So yeah, so he is Sir Edward Grey. He's got to be British. He's got to be British. So how is he looking with all the other ones? Do you know what? He looks like he's getting on okay with all the other ones, doesn't he? None of these bars are really, really near the bottom, except maybe credit. He doesn't give her much credit for her skills. Okay, so that's him. Let's have a look at you. So you're Zofia. We'll just call you Zofia. So she is a member of the aristocracy. So whilst the neutral guy, while our English guy there won't be bothered, other people, the revolutionaries and her, might not get on because they're from opposite ends of the spectrum, aren't they? So she's got no traits. She's ill. She is ill. Okay, so she's a bit sick and she's thirsty and she's tired. Okay, relationships with everybody. Not really too friendly with that chap there, is she? Not too friendly with this chap. And her story, this old lady looks like she had been 1 foot in the grave before the train derailed. Okay, brilliant. So we've got someone who's not really very well. And we've got you here. So you are Alexei Rabinovich. Right, you're a revolutionary. So you are not going to get on with the old poorly lady there. You are sick as well and thirsty. Your morale is also only about halfway. That's not very good, is it? You do not really get on with her, which is kind of what we'd expect because you're sort of opposite ends of that spectrum of sort of your ideologies there. And your story, this man looks like an educated person. It's worth listening to what he's suggesting in this difficult situation. And then our last person is Vadim Bielov. He is also a revolutionary. So we've got 2 revolutionaries, 1 aristocrat and 1 neutral. Okay, and he is hungry and thirsty. He really, really does not like her at all. Oh my goodness me. He doesn't trust her. He doesn't want to be friends with her. He doesn't give her any credit for anything that she can do. However, this guy here, his fellow revolutionary, he likes that guy. And this guy, we can probably work on that. And his story, this bearded man has not stopped talking since you escaped the crash site. He doesn't look like a scholar, rather a radicalized person. Okay, that's interesting. And as far as I understand it, all of this is randomly generated each time. So you could get a whole set of different characters. And when I played the tutorial, I did have some different characters to this. So we can see down the side here, this is a little sort of summary of their sort of their needs and what have you. What do they call them in here? Their statuses. There we go. So you can see sick and thirsty and tired and all that. And then they've got a 2. So this is their action points. So they've got a number of action points so they can spend on doing some stuff. And so I think what we need to do is we need to start actually getting a little base set up here. Because the minute we're in Siberia and we're just surrounded by lots of snow. People are hungry, people are thirsty. It's all looking very, very bad. People are ill. So we need to start doing stuff. We need to start actually getting on with sort of clearing this site out and making a base. We do have to be aware of our camp visibility. Because if that gets too high, people will come and find us, and that's quite bad. We don't want the sort of, the people who are shooting everybody at the train site to come and find us. And then camp morale, we want to keep that high as well. Because obviously if it falls, everyone gets really, really sad and they all start crying and it's all terrible. So we want the morale to be up as well. And this guy is clearly British because he just said, my tummy is a-rambling. So he is very much British. Okay. What do we have? So we have down here inventory stuff. So we've got kind of edible stuff here. So consumables, this is like sort of building material and these are tools. Building material, we've got hardly anything. We've got a bit of string and a bit of rag. And in terms of actual edible stuff, we've got 3 cigarettes, some beans, some vodka, of course, because we are in Russia. So, there's lots of vodka around. Although sadly only 2 bottles of it. And 1 bit of water. Okay, right. Okay, let's give somebody some water. I mean, this guy here, the British guy, he's got big hunger. So he's really, really hungry. If you don't feed them, their health and morale will noticeably drop at night. So everyone else is just a little bit hungry. So I think we give him a bit of food. So you simply click this and then you click on him there. So there you go. So he's now not got big hunger. He's just got hunger. And he says, not too bad. And then he says, blimey, heck, I didn't expect such an adventure. Okay. And then I think maybe let's give the water to her because she's, my mouth is very dry, she just said. She's quite old and frail. So I think maybe she needs this bit of water here. So let's give you that water. Clean water. So that sorts you out for thirst. You are still ill. You are still poorly. I don't know how we get you better. I do not know how we make you recover. Is there a thing in here? You can speed up recovery with nursing action and some meals. Meals, you say? Okay, we're a little way off meals right now. Okay, let's get the camp sorted. So job number 1, I would say a campfire. Because currently, this is our campfire. And this is a terrible campfire because it's just some snow. It's lacking in all the qualities that you would expect of a campfire. So what we can do is, all these little bits here are different parts of our camp that we can do something with. So at the moment, we want to sort the campfire out. So we click this, and then we get a special bit pop up. So what we need to do is we need to remove the snow where we're going to put our campfire. And we can see here, it costs 1 person. There's one little sort of figure there. 1 action point. So who should we get to clear this camp? I think let's get you. Let's get you to do it. So now we can unsnow, which I never knew was a word or a verb, but clearly it must be. If we did have tools, we could use tools to do this, and you might get your action point back. But we're not. We haven't got any tools. We've got some vodka and some cigarettes, but that's it. So let's unsnow this. So he clears the thing. He uses action point. And he's gathering some other bits and bobs. He's found some sticks under the snow and some little sort of fern things. Oh, and a root thing. I think you can eat that. And then, when you've actually done this on each of those sort of sites around our base, when you've actually cleared the snow, you then get to have this little sort of build tree. And it's really lovely. So the first thing we have to do is get a campfire done. But then once that's done, you can build extra things. So look, a small water filter. Or a large water filter. I think we might be needing that sooner rather than later. Pots, that's for cooking, and grills. We can get seats. We can all sit around the campfire instead of sitting on the floor. But then you have to start thinking, okay, so what are the other points? And where do we focus our attentions? Because this here is a shelter. That could be quite useful. Fatigue reduction, protection against the cold. That might be quite useful. Up here we've got our palisades, their defences, and that stops us getting spotted and all that kind of stuff. Quarantine point. That's where we can actually get some medicine sorted out. And, the ill people can go over there. And just here is a workshop where we can start making things. And we kind of need all of these things up and running. So we've got to prioritise what we want to do first. So I think the campfire has got to be job number 1. Surely that's going to help the ill people recover a bit better. If they're warm, I think if they're cold and in Siberia, then it's not going to be very good. So let's get the campfire sorted. So now we'll pick you again. You did quite a good job on the... Oh, no, hang on. No, it's... Right, okay, no, you can't do it on your own. Here we go. So the campfire, to build the campfire, will take 1 person 3 action points. Now, our people don't have 3 action points at the moment because they've just escaped from a train crash. They're a little bit kind of worse for wear. But it can take 2 people, just here, 1 action point each. So let's pick you, and then let's get you involved, Mr. Sort of fancy English man. And then we get to see what they think of each other. And they don't like each other very much. However, what if we got him and that chap together? They like each other quite nice. But it was someone else, I'm not fond of you. Oh, I thought you got on with each other. I thought you two were both revolutionaries and you liked each other. But clearly not. But I think it was better than when the chappie here was working with him with some amazing sandal type things going on. Wow. They're going to be good in the Russian wilderness. So let's get this campfire built. So what we need to do is let's go over to resources. So to make a decent campfire, what you can do is as well, when you're making these, you can make a solid one. So you can make a proper thing. A solid structure requires a full set of components, but its quality is high. So the quality of a thing up here. So good quality. So you build it properly with all the things you need. It's a good quality thing. And all the people watching then give you credit. If you build a proper thing, they look and go, oh, actually, you did a pretty good job of making that campfire. If you make a makeshift thing, it's less quality, so its quality is a lot lower, and they sort of look at you and go, oh, you've done half a job there, that's rubbish, and their sort of opinion of you falls, and their credit goes down for these characters. So let's try and build a solid one if we can. So we need some wood, we need some structural stuff, and we need some stones. So we've got 3 out of 1 stones. That's good. That's a good start. We need some wood, which I think we can drag the sticks into there. So that completes all of those dots. So we've got ourselves sticks enough to fill this in. However, structure-wise, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something worth 6 structure. Now, I think if we put that in, that should do the job. We go, right, yeah. So if we look down here, one stone is worth 3 structure points. You can see there when you hover over. So putting 2 stones in covers the 6 points we need. And now we can make ourselves a proper campfire. Not a makeshift one, not a rubbish one. We can make a proper one. So here goes you two. Work well together. So he's got a bit tired. Some morale kind of went down, I think. He's used his action points. But they are making a campfire. And there we go. Ah, okay, right. And now we get some traits. So this guy, a chappie here, who I can't remember the name of, and I will never remember the names of them. I might need to write them down. He's strong. So he's going to get tired more slowly, which is very, very good. Do you get a skill? Yes. And you're a handyman. Oh, that's useful. He knows the makeshift. All camp structures built and developed by them have higher quality. Okay, we want him to go round and build things. He's going to be our builder then. Okay. Anything else we need to know? No. Okay. Right, and now we need to look at this, because a lot of people are thirsty. What do we need to make a small water filter? So we need a bit of material, which I think that will suffice, but then we need some wood. And we haven't lit the fire yet. I think, could we put needles in there? Yes, we can put needles in there. That's fine. Oh no, but our buildy man doesn't have enough action points. Do you know what? We might leave that for now. Let's leave that for now. I think we need to light the fire. So we can drag this onto here. And this will light the fire. Our visibility will go up a little bit. But we've put something on the fire. And that's nice and warm. I think we'll drop another thing on the fire. So the fire's operating at 20% sort of, efficiency. But the visibility is not high enough for people to come and find us, I don't think. Lots of people complaining about thirst and hunger and all sorts. This chap is complaining that his stomach hurts because he's got indigestion. Right. Is there anyone hungry? You're hungry. So let's give you that root thing that we found. Does it say what it is? It's just an edible root. In the last resort, you can eat it, but it will probably cause indigestion. Okay, I think you probably would like that rather than going hungry. Oh, you're still hungry. And a bottle of vodka? Would anybody like to drink some vodka? Or can we last until tomorrow? Can we wait until tomorrow? That would be good. Or shall we just have a little drink now? Because I think it's him and him. Yeah, so these two guys here, the two revolutionary folks, they're both thirsty. Do you know what? Go on, have a bit of vodka. Have a bit of vodka. That did not do anything to your thirst. Oh, warmer at once. But yes, they've got beer coats. So that's nice. Okay, so we've got some people with action points left. We might as well go and clear all of these things. Let's just clear them out the way, because then at least we can start building and working on them. So, right, a shelter. Let's clear the shelter site. So we'll get you to do that. I don't think it matters who clears them. I don't think there's any sort of skill required. So unsnow this. So get rid of that. So his action point goes. He finds some rocks and a sort of pine cone type thing. That's not very much at all. But now we can make like a sort of a thing to lie on, like a lining, and that can develop into like proper sort of covers and beds and things. So that's what we do with that bit. That's a little sort of tent house thing. Right, the palisade. You can go up here as well and clear this if you would be so kind. So find some more things. Become a bit tired. You found some bark, I think that is. Some more stones. Some sticks. That's very useful. And you have a short attention span. When this character performs the same action the second or third time on a given day, they reduce their morale. Okay, right, so we need to get him to just do one action of each type a day. So let's not get him to clear the palisade, although right now he can't, because he's not got any action points left. Okay, right, quarantine point. Let's get you to do the quarantine point then. So you go and clear that. And your action point goes, and you find some root things useful, some more bark. I guess we could put that on the fire. A stick of some description. So up here, what can we build in here then? So beds, okay, for poorly people. Then caretaker posts, wash tubs, cots, covers, medical tools. That could be handy given we have ill people. You can hear people, the gunshots are still going in the background. So the people who bombed the train are still killing the people who were on the train who haven't managed to escape. That's a very sort of sobering thought there. At least we're here. Yes, it's a bit cold, but at least we're not being shot to death. And then this one here, it's going to have to be you, madam. You shall have to remove the snowbank yourself. So you use your action point, you're a bit tired, but you do find lots of stuff for the fire and some rocks, which is good. Okay, so now in terms of raw resources, what do we have? We don't really have very much stuff, but there's nobody that can really do anything. She just sneezed as well. Is she going to get poorly? Is she going to get really ill and die? That would be inconvenient. Right, who is hungry? These two. So, poshy English bloke and guy with the black beard. Right, if I give you that, does the hunger go away? Yes. And if I give you that, does the hunger go away? No. My goodness me, you have an appetite, sir. Okay, That's it. We've got nothing else we can do. There's no more action points. Currently, we can't go exploring. But because there's people out there shooting everybody. But once they've gone, we can then go and do some exploring. But right now, I think we just need to go through to the night time. So each day has a day bit and a nighttime bit. So we've done the day bit. So we'll end the day, and one person's got some action points left. It says there, it does a little check and says, hang on, you've got action points left. Unused action points reduce the character's fatigue at the end of the day if a shelter is built in the camp. We haven't got one quite yet. Hopefully we will have one tomorrow. So let's end this day. It'll skip through to the night time, and then they all sort of gather around the fire and have a little chat. And we can pick 2 of these, I think it was. So I think really we should do the introductions. We can pick the introductions. We could say, let's seek a better shelter, let's wait for the patrol, or crash and slaughter. But I think we need to find out more about the people that we're with. So let's find out about you, because you're the sort of outsider here. These sort of other 3 seem to be quite, they're very much Russian with their names and sort of, their sort of ideologies. You're the outsider. Let's find out what you are doing here. Crikey, he says, what an adventure. Almost like in 1910. When Azerbaijani fighters derailed my train. Okay, right, you've got 4 men, right you are. Or, as on Wadi Halfa in 1902, only then it was the boiler that exploded. Now, crikey, you don't have much luck with trains then. Have you participated in many rail disasters, mister? I will not do a Russian accent, I'll just read the voices out. Okay, so that's a little reaction there. So, he just gained 5, was that credit? 5 credit for him, I think. So his view of this guy, in terms of credit, in terms of his skills and abilities, has gone up by 5. Okay, that's good. Gray, Edward Gray. Indeed, I've had many adventures. I try to avoid only those in which nobody survives. Oh, you wag, you. Okay, and everybody just became slightly better friends with him, I think that was. Was that friendship or was that trust? I think the handshakey thing is trust, actually. I'd need to go and check that. But okay, and now we can see we have one more conversation left. We can do Vadim's introduction, or we can do Zofia's introduction. Let's do her introduction, actually. Because we might need to find out more about her, because she's a bit poorly. She's a bit old and frail. So, okay, tell us more about you. My dear, thank you, but you shouldn't have saved me. I am old and weak. I will only be a burden. Oh, don't be like that. We'll look after you. No, don't say that. No one deserves to die in such circumstances. Now we have to stick together. Every hand to help counts. When I die, please write Zofia Butineva, born in 1854 in Odessa. Okay, will do. Okay, so I think that was friendship, and she is religious. Okay, so faith supports this character in difficult conditions. So she is now turned out to be religious. Okay, that's good. So she might be able to turn to her faith to help her out. And if you're not asking too much, put a cross made of sticks for me at least. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Don't you worry. We'll get out of here. Okay, so everyone's opinions went up there as well. So the end of day summary, we get this sort of little summary. So she then has these opinions of all the other people. He has the opinions of all the people. And it goes on and goes round. I think the handshakey thing I think that's trust. The heart is friendship. And the thumbs up is credit, I think. I'd need to just go and have a little look. Hopefully we can go and have a look a bit. The camp morale came down a tiny bit. But that's probably no surprise because it's their first night round this campfire going, oh my gosh, we're stuck in the wilderness. This is terrible. And he has been revealed to be a bit of a humbug. So trust and friendship toward this character increase at first, but then they constantly decrease. Okay, so he turns out, on initial sort of inspection, he's okay. He's quite jolly, but he's actually a bit of a grumpy misery pants. Okay, right, Mr. Misery Pants. And he is unfriendly. That is unfortunate in a camp of 4 people. I think you might need to turn that round. This character is not liked. The friendship of the characters towards him constantly decreases. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Okay, right. So he is unfriendly, and we find these things out about the characters as we go along. And now, day 2 rolls around. He is also starveling. Starveling. He is a starveling. This character's hunger increases faster than the others. You are not an ideal person to have here, are you? You're stuck in the wilderness, you're miserable, grumpy, unfriendly, and you're incredibly hungry. Okay. Can you go away? Go over there. There's probably something over by that tree. Go that way and don't come back, please. Okay. So let's have a look what we've got. Right. He is starving. He is dying of hunger. Oh dearie me. Right, okay. If you don't feed them, their health and morale will noticeably drop at night. And also, he might die a bit. Some people are tired, everyone's very hungry, people are very thirsty. Okay, what we need to do is, in terms of hunger, we need to go out and find roots and what have you. And in terms of thirst, we need to get this thing constructed. We need the solid small water filter constructed. So was it you that was the handyman? Hang on. I need to remind myself. Was it you? Were you the handyman? Yeah, you're the handyman. Even though no one likes you, you're miserable, you can build things quite well. So let's get ourselves a small water filter. That's going to be very, very handy because that will keep people from dying of thirst. So I think we can put that rag into it. And then we need some wood. We picked up some sticks or bark. Maybe would that bark do the job? Does that not count? No, it's fuel or food. Food? Oh, what did you eat yesterday? I ate some tree. Oh, nice. Okay. Needles. I think they count as wood. Yeah, there we go. So this guy can make a solid, small... Oh, hang on. We haven't picked him yet. Scrolly. No. And you. And he doesn't need to do anything else. I don't think he should go and do anything else. He can just spend all his action points on doing that. Oh, but what if he needs to build something else? What if he actually needs to go and build something else? Hang on. Let's get him on board. No, let's get the lady on board, actually. Let's get her. So him and him. Oh, morale -10, morale -10. That's not good. That's not good. How annoying that our builder person is miserable. However, I'm not fond of you. Morale -5. He is okay. He's not bothered. So with these two together, we might be able to make something that's half decent and not terrible. So, oh no, it's reset the thingamajigger. Hang on. Put that in. Put the rag thing in. There we go. Okay, right. So, upgrade the fireplace to make a solid, small water filter. And it should be pretty good quality because he is involved. Okay, so the action points drop out and they work on some stuff. And there we go. Do we have a little water filter in place now? I hope we do. Yeah, there it is. Look there. And now I think we click on this, go to actions, and we can filter some water. So who would we like to filter some water? I think... Now, we're going to have to send some people exploring as well. We want the people with the most action points to go exploring so they can do more exploring. So let's go and do that first, actually. Let's go and do the exploring first. So we go up here. We get to send our people on an expedition. And this is where we are. This is the world. It's all split into hexes. Here's our little camp. Down here is the train. It might be useful to go down here to see if there's any resources from the train that are sort of scattered around the place. So let us send an expedition. And let's pick you and you. Now, I know you might not like each other, but you've got the most action points between you, which means you can do more exploring and find more things. So we're not going to send them out with anything because we haven't got anything to send them out with, but you need to find some food, okay, you two? Find food. Find anything edible. Roots, bugs, berries, anything. So send these out, and I think we'll go here. This can be our first points. They wander over here, and yeah, it'd be good if we could look at these train ones, because they might have bits of sort of metal or whatever, but hopefully I'm thinking stuff that people left behind, so maybe food and what have you. So we'll search just here, and this is ticking up as well. So the more we do this, the more likely they are to get lost, which would be bad. So let's search just here and see what they find. So they found some sticks, some moss, some string, some psychedelic mushrooms, and some canvas. Now, canvas would be useful. I don't want the mushrooms. We'll take that. Do we take some moss? Oh yeah, go on. We'll take some moss, absolutely. I think we'll leave the psychedelic mushrooms. I'd rather our people not be off their face. I suppose, you know, it might take their mind off their terrible predicament. Let's go down to here. Right, okay. Oh, she's observant. The character has a chance to find additional resources during the collect exploration action. That's beautiful. That is exactly what we want. This is the luggage car. Searching this is dangerous. But I think we might have to. To find some form of resource, we're going to have to search dangerous things. We're just going to have to live on the edge. So, let's see what they find. They've had a look. We've got some sticks. We'll put it with those sticks. We've got some more rags. That's very, very useful. Some more string. We have much string. And some vodka. Okay, that's fine. Vodka's good. Now, do we go over to here? Maybe we try this. What is this then? Right. they're baddies. This marker here means that the people that blew up the train are still lurking about just here. We don't want to get involved with them because, as we've seen, they've got the shooty guns and we've got armfuls of moss and twigs. So we're not going to be much good. Damaged tracks. We should... Let's search this, and I think that will use up our action points probably, and then we'll have to return home. So, do that. See what we find. Some stones. Okay, sort of useful. Some vodka and some more rags. Okay, so we've got quite a lot of rags going on and sticks and things. That didn't use up their action points. That's quite nice. Okay. I mean, can we go... I kind of want to look at what that is now. Can we move over there? And then move to here? Can we have a little look at what this is? The damaged tender. Yeah, okay. I wonder what that is they're covering. I bet that's like the buffet car. That's where all the cakes and the tea were. How about we search this and then go home? Let's have a little look here. Hopefully she can find something useful, like water would be handy. Ooh, lamp oil. Oh, that's very handy. Some charcoal, okay, what you'd expect, some needles, okie dokie, and some scrap metal. Okay, right, now we're done. And now I think we need to return home because she has ran out of action points. Okay, so return to camp. They bring back all these shiny things. So we're all back here. We're all safe. Now, these folks do move about. These people here, the people with the shooty guns, they do wander about the map. So we have to try and avoid them if we can. Also, weather is a thing. It is lightly snow, which is pretty. It looks lovely. Okay, now we need somebody to get some water underway here, and we need to give people some food because people are dying. We don't have much in the way of food. We didn't find much. We found some moss. You, sir, with your big appetite, you might have to go and eat some moss, I'm afraid. I mean, do we send him and him out for one last sort of look around on an expedition? And then get him to do the water? Because I think we might have to. Okay, what can we do here? So filter some water. That people are thirsty. Or we can fraternise, we can have a little chat. But no, let's get some water done. Let's get him to do some water. Get him to do that, and those two can go for another little jaunt around. So right, filter some water, please. Filter dirty water from the snow. So we have ourselves some water. Oh, that's 3 lots of it as well. A lot of snow in the area, but you prefer drinking and boiling before... prefer to filter it, and boil it before drinking. Do we get a boiling thing? Is that in here? A large water filter or a pot? Okay. Do we do that with the pot, or is the large water filter... Oh no, hang on. I think that means it's filtered. It's clean water, isn't it? Yeah, it's just nice clean water. Okay, so that chap is very thirsty, so we'll give him some water. That's just down to normal thirst. Okay. She's she's not poorly anymore. She's not unwell. He is still unwell. So maybe we'll make sure he's properly hydrated. Okay, his thirsting has gone away. Hurrah! And let's give the other water to her, possibly. So give the water to her. So her thing is gone. That's quite good. I'm a bit concerned about food. Bit worried about the food. You two might have to go exploring. You might have to go up this way. Just hope you can find some berries or something. So you and you, put your differences aside. Let's go wandering over here. Have a little exploration. Just see what we've got to do. You found some poisonous mushrooms and a piece of moss. Good job, guys. That'll see us through. Oh, there's like a circle. Stone circle type thing there. Ah, water. Could there be fish up there? Are we going to be able to catch fish? Okay, search this place. That's used up their action points. They found some bones, some rocks, and some needles. And that was it. That was terrible. Okay, return to camp. They managed to collect so much. No, they did not. They collected some needles, some stones, some bones, and a bit of moss. Lies. They didn't bring back anything useful. Okay. Right, we're going to have to feed this man here lots of moss. He's just going to have a bit of indigestion. Right, you need to eat some moss as well until your hunger thing ticks off. And you as well, poshy English man. So you're going to also have indigestion. Can we get this guy to not be hungry? Can we at least get somebody to not be hungry? He's not hungry anymore. Hooray. And let's give this guy the extra stuff because he gets hungry quickly. How about as well, we give you a bit of vodka to see if that does your thirst. And then that chap there as well. So we said, I need water. We didn't give him water, but we gave him vodka. My stomach hurts. Sorry. No action points left. Nobody can do anything. So we've got nothing else that we can do. So let's go to the end of the day and hope that we don't all die of hunger and or thirst overnight. So here we go. Night time. Let's get Vadim's introduction. So let's see what you're all about, you grumpy old man. Comrades in misery, fate has put us under a difficult test. I appeal. Let us rise above divisions. Yes, I completely agree. Yes, you should. You should forget all of your sort of class and status whilst you're here, because you're all the same in this situation, aren't you? Okay, what do you say? Ah, right. So his friendship with him goes up, and he's a socialist. This character rejects capitalism and promotes the ideas of social justice. I guess that makes sense given where we are and all that kind of stuff. In the face of danger, everyone, a frivolous aristocrat, a greedy bourgeois, or a dumb peasant, must unite and cooperate. Was that greedy about me? I don't think it was. He's greedy. Oh, no, it goes straight back down again. Today we say no to divisions. No matter if you vomited oysters yesterday or cleaned up the vomit. Bit weird. That's too much. Yeah, it is a bit. Woe to us if at this critical moment we give in to prejudices or expect special treatment. You, Alexei Rabinovich, certainly understand me, but there are black sheep among us. We must be on guard. I assume he is referring to her. Is she going to say anything? Okay, that was good. And then Alexei's introduction. So this chap in the corner. Let's see what he's all about. Dear comrades in misery, I don't want to worry you, but our situation is serious. Really? Do you think? Given you're eating moss, I think we've worked that out. Okay, so she likes him, and he is well educated. It said that on his little character profile thing, didn't it? This character has received extensive education and can share useful curiosities in conversations. Okay, carry on there. Given the weather and our current diet, we won't survive long enough without fresh meat and aspirin. Okay, is that the medicine of the time? You're at risk of scurvy, and a simple cold will weaken our bodies. Our current diet of moss. Delicious. Aspirin? This damn German chemistry. You look like a scholar, so you know that primitive people lived without aspirin. Yeah, that's why everyone lived without medicine, but yeah, there. And they died, not even 30 years old on average. Because of a runny nose? You're so British. Sometimes also because of scurvy. Must you be such a pessimist? Do you really think we will all die? Everyone? I don't know. I can see the beginning of scurvy in me. Oh, my tooth is moving. It's moving because you hit your jaw on the floor during the accident. Yeah, that was probably quite reasonable. The shock during the collision may have caused me micro-traumas, which will manifest themselves soon. Right, he's a bit of a pessimist. He's a glass half empty type chap, isn't he? Okie dokie. But I think their trust in him went up. Here is the end of day summary, so all these little things will tick up about everybody. And nighttime becomes daytime, so day 3. The camp morale did go down a tiny bit, but not a lot. So it's currently on 46%. That's pretty good. However, everybody is very hungry. So she is starving. He is starving. I think he's going to be a bit of a problem, isn't he? He's always going to be starving. He's a bit hungry. He is a bit hungry. However, he only has one action point. What's that? Because he's shivering. He's very cold. We might need to increase the amount of stuff we have on the fire. That's fine. We can sort that. We can put that up to, say, maybe even put it up to, 34%. So the camp visibility is a bit high. Do you know what? Can we put it up another 10%? Yeah, 44%. That didn't increase the camp visibility. Should we do it again? Just add fuel, another 10%. Ooh, right. Okay. The camp is now relatively visible because we are obviously giving off smoke and stuff. Okay, right. Put that back down. Right. We need some people to go out and do some stuff. We also do need some water as well. So how about, I know you don't like each other, but you're going to have to put your differences aside. You two need to go exploring because she is very good at finding things. So you two go out on an expedition. Oh dear. Right, send an expedition. We'll send you and you, even though you despise each other. They're still on that train car. Maybe we can try and go to that one. Maybe there's something useful there. So let's go to here. We'll have a little search over here in this particular place. Okay, please find some food. A canvas. Bugs. Disgusting, but that's still protein. Oh, food! We found some food. We'll take all of those things. Cones we can put on a campfire. So we can put cones on the campfire. Okay, and then I think we try and go here. So this is risky because they're nearby. There's rabbits just there. We're not equipped at all to go and try and catch rabbits, but we could certainly give it a go. So let's search whatever this is. Please find some food. Ooh, a thing has happened. So this is an event. This is an event that is happening. So there's a deer skeleton. Under the snowy tuft of moss, you find an old deer skeleton with a magnificent fork horn. Rusted arrowheads are still stuck behind its ribs. The animal was probably hit, but escaped its hunter and died in this grove. Without much thinking, you collect arrowheads and some useful bones. Are bones that useful? Can we eat the bones? I don't know if we can. Okay, so scrap metal from arrowheads, bones. Okay, take those things. Let's pop on over to here. Right, and then we'll get this rabbit encounter. You've barely come out to a more open area and suddenly a hare leaps from a nearby clump. Try to catch it. Try to throw a stone at it. I mean, she's old and frail. She's less likely to catch a rabbit or a hare or whatever it is. He might be able to. I think maybe chucking a stone at it might be the thing to do, although I suspect we're not going to catch it. Let's give it a go. Try to throw a stone. You had one chance hit and you failed. The hare is waving goodbye to you with its white lock and disappears between the drifts. So that thing will move somewhere else. That hare could now be up here, over here, or whatever. A glade with asters. I don't know what an aster is. Let's search anyway. Let's have a little look around, see what we can find. Ooh, tincture this herb should add a lot of energy. We found some garlic. Oh my goodness, we found actual food and feathers as well. Okay, right. Take all that stuff. You've still got quite a lot of action points going on. So let's move over to here. Let's do another search. Let's see what we can find over here. So we found some ammunition. We found some golden root. That's herbs, stones, feathers. Okay. I mean, yeah, they're filling up. They're filling up their inventories of what they can hold. What's that? Like an abandoned field? A bit of scrubland or something? Maybe we'll head over there and have a little look around here. So what can we get from here? Right, an action point has gone from her. We found some mould. I don't think we should take mould. Maybe, or moss. I mean, stones. We've got some stones. We can top them up. Yeah, I think we leave the mould and the moss. I mean, do you reckon we can get over there to the front of the train? Can we get to the front of the train? Ideally, we want to go here, because that could be really handy. Oh, no, hang on. Here. Did we not search here? Let's go here and search this. Train back. Dangerous. Yes, absolutely. Search it. Live with the danger. Okay, action point goes down. Oh, a thing has happened. When in danger, the body sometimes acts instinctively, and the mind records events with a certain delay. It seems to you that first a ricochet chipped off a piece of bark right next to you, and only then you heard the bang of the shot echo through the wide valley. And the bullet hit the frozen embankment, accidentally creating a sophisticated shape in clay. Only then did you start to run. So we got caught in a hail of bullets, did we? Oh, is she hurt? Bullets are whistling over your heads, but you run without stopping. You manage to fall between the snow heaps, but this is only a temporary asylum. The renegades do not give up and run toward you. You see with horror that you leave a trace of blood on the ground. Well, we can't give up because that's 2 people dead, so run toward the trees. This could be terrible. Right, they're both tired. Hopefully we've got away. You reach a grove among the flying balls. When you fall between the trees, the shots stop. However, you run on, whipped by branches, almost spitting out your lungs. Ugh. Finally, you slide into the cold snow, exhausted, with no will to fighting for your life anymore. What will be, will be. This time you've made it. The thugs must have lost the track, or they didn't want to go through the thicket. When you realise that the threat is over, you get new strength and return to the camp as soon as possible. Okay, so they're back at the camp. Are they injured, however? She is bleeding. Oh dear. If you don't treat the wound, an infection may get into it. Okay, right. This is all looking quite bad, isn't it? And in terms of food, we haven't brought back very much stuff. I'm very sorry. Right, how can we do this? A pot. What can we cook here? Stew, soup, herbal tea. The only thing is, we need clay, and we haven't found any clay, so we can't make a pot. Seats. What do they do? Additional frost protection. That might be handy. Frost protection might be handy. Have we got enough sort of fabric-y stuff? Material. I think we have. I think we could probably do that. Can we drop that in there? And then 17 out of 10 things, not enough character AP. Oh, wow, yeah, hang on a minute. Do we get him to make seats, though, for frost protection? Because people are shivering. People are shivering cold. I'm worried about the food. And also she is dying. Hang on. We might need to make one of these. A solid bed. Restores a bit of health. How do we treat wounds? How do we treat the wounds? Right, we might need to do this first. Right, we've got plenty of... Oh no, we haven't got 22 needles. We chucked them all on the fire. Okay, right, hang on. Back to exploring. Send expedition. You and you have a little wander about. We've not been here before. We don't know the danger level here. Have an explore, please. Find lots of needles or anything else. Bark and sticks. Lovely. Bark and sticks. Oh, now he's out of action points. Needles, plenty. There are plenty of needles just there. But can we search with his no action points? How does this work? I don't know. I'm going to press the button and see what happens. And hopefully they don't get lost. Okay, right. They've got no action points each. But we have berries. Food. Okay, yes. Take everything, including all of those needles. And you've got no action points left. So return home. Okay. This is not going overly well, is it? There's an awful lot of status condition things over here. Right. We need to build her a bed because she's poorly and she's been shot. So I think we need to get this done. So material, rag, lovely. And then we've got wood. So could we put all those sticks in? Yeah, okay, right. And now we can build this thing. Right, you, but not enough character AP. Oh no, it's 2 people. Right, build your own hospital bed. Even though they don't like each other, you're going to have to get on with it. Because I want to build a proper one, not a makeshift one. So yeah, get building. Is that it? Is that it? You've just put all the things on the ground. You've put all these sort of things there, the needles on the ground to make a little makeshift sort of bed. Okay, that's better than nothing. Right, she's well educated. Okay, so she can bring things up in conversation. Okay, how do we make her lie down on this? Because actions, gather strength, rest and regain strength, her. Can she do that? Not enough AP. Oh, none of them got enough action points. Oh no. She might possibly bleed to death. Okay, well, yeah, we'll have to deal with that. Right, berries. We've got 4 berries. You can each have a berry. There you go. Yum, 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 yum. There you go. You've each had some berries. Did you enjoy it? Good. Bugs. You can each have some bugs. So bugs, 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 and bugs. Delicious. Right, she's poorly, so give her some more bugs. And he's always hungry, so give him some bugs. Oh, crikeys. I mean, moderate decrease from just eating garlic on its own. Who's thirsty? You can have some vodka. There we go. What does that do? You're hallucinating and you're drunk. Okay. You're Russian. You're supposed to be good at drinking vodka. Isn't that the national stereotype? They're supposed to be good at doing that. No one else is punishingly cold, though, are they? Punishingly thirsty, sorry. Everyone is a bit cold. Okay, a golden root is a herb. I don't imagine we can make people eat the herbs raw on their own. So yeah, do we keep the garlic for cooking? He's saying I need water. I know. You need many things. We haven't got much going on. Okay, got no action points. Let's go through to the end of the day. Oh, dear me. I don't have much hope for the next day. Right, night time. What should we talk about? The crash and the slaughter, maybe, because that's quite a big thing that I don't think we've addressed. So let's talk about the train crash. We were saved from the disaster and avoided the slaughter. It's unthinkable. Do you know if anyone else has survived? I suppose we don't know. The train was derailed with dynamite. Yeah, boomsticks. Shortly afterwards, the attackers blew up one of the rear cars where the soldiers were travelling. They must have known where to hit. And they shot the survivors without mercy. Those who have survived could hide in the woods or somewhere in the wreck. Be in the wreck for a long time. We must stay together until help arrives. Maybe it'll be tomorrow. We're in the middle of the Siberian taiga, without appropriate clothes and food, surrounded by thugs going after us. How much longer can we survive in such conditions? 1, 2 days at most? Oh dear. Right, so she actually believes in a bit there. And, okay, that chap there is religious, so faith supports him, so maybe he can get some morale back from doing some praying or whatever. Then let's pray that help will come tomorrow. Very good. Right, morale just went up loads. The morale went up an awful lot. Delusions, seek a better shelter, wait for the patrol, a drunken tale. That's a bit of a waste of a chatty thing, isn't it? Or negotiating with the renegades. That sounds stupid. Maybe we should seek a better shelter. Let's see if we can get a better shelter. Listen, I have an idea. The tracks on this section have been built recently. And every few dozen versts, I don't know what a verst is, there should be a hut of workers who are cutting down the railroad ties. Okay, so little railroad hut things. Perfect idea. So we just have to explore the area within a dozen of versts, right? What's a verst? I don't know what a verst is. It's a thing that I'm not sure of. Is it a train thing? Explore it yourself if you want to. If you raised a finger to do a decent job, you might know that it's worth checking the tracks. I think we did check the tracks a bit. Oh dear, they're falling out. There are no loggers' huts by the tracks. But there are markings for the commissioners. The mile marking on one of the ties should tell us where to look for the workshop. Okay, so there might be a workshop. And now we have a choice. So we have to do what he would say. So the little sort of in the tutorial, the pop-up said, he's unlikely to say, now you're talking, because those two didn't get on in that conversation. So really we should pick this. Then the renegades are already there, which will boost his morale because he said the right thing, but might annoy everybody else. But I think that's what he would say. So, yeah, and you think those butchers who derailed the train, didn't even know about it? Forget it. If there is a workshop in the area, it is probably a hideout for the thugs. And he gets some morale back, and the camp morale comes down. And then we get the end of day summary, little sort of pop-ups appearing over everybody's heads. And day 4 rolls around, and she is not looking too good. Has she collapsed from exhaustion? I mean, yeah, she's lying down on the ground trying to sleep. Also, there's heavy snow. So we've got currently 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all starving. So 4 people who are all starving. We've got some tired people. Everybody is quite thirsty. A lot of people are very, very cold, and she's been shot. and to eat, tonight's dinner is going to consist of some herbs and a piece of garlic each. Delicious. I'm dying of hunger. I know. We'll go and try and sort that out momentarily. And yeah, the weather's looking terrible. And I will eat anything you give me. I don't care what it is. Got this bark you could eat. Would you like some bark? I mean, you know, there's things you should be eating. I think what we'll do is we'll finish up for now, but we are definitely going to come back to this. I mean, looking at this, it might be a very short next part. And it makes me wonder if this is the situation of things on day 4 of the medium difficulty. What on earth is the maximum difficulty like? Oh my goodness me. But I have enjoyed this an awful lot. This has been excellent. I do like this. It's one of these games where you can't do everything you like. You cannot just do all of the things. Like, yeah, it'd be lovely if we could get ourselves a little shelter there and get ourselves a little palisade built, get ourselves a workshop in, start making our own tools and things, get cooking pots here and everyone get nice food. But you can't do that. There's only so many action points available. You have to go out and look for food. That uses up your action points. So yeah, it's good. I like the balance of it. I do like the balance of it all. So yeah, we'll be coming back to this just to see how our little sort of little band of survivors are going to get on. I mean, if I had to take a guess, I would say they're possibly not all going to survive. I would take a guess that that's likely to happen. I think we might lose some people, if not all of them. But you know what? We'll give it a go. I mean, yeah, we've only just started. So we'll have another go. We'll go out adventuring. We'll see if there's food around. We'll see if we can catch some animals or whatever. And then we'll see if we can go from there and see if, maybe indeed help will come tomorrow. I mean, it probably won't because tomorrow never comes. But yeah, we'll keep waiting in hope. Hopefully you have enjoyed this. I've really enjoyed this. This has been very, very excellent indeed. And I hope you've enjoyed it too. If you have, then please do leave a like. That would be very, very splendid indeed. And also, if you're not already, then please do subscribe to keep up to date with how we get on next time out in Help Will Come Tomorrow. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I will see you next time. I really hope I don't have to send children down into coal mines or whatever, because I would feel like a terrible person. Hello, robot, and I shall call you Alan. Still some homeless people, still hungry people, still sick people. Okay, if you try and reach London, you will end up frosty and dead. Great big human lollipop.